Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Last Airbender, and this movie is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and it came out in 2010. It was a huge bomb, $150 million budget. It was hilariously bad, if you ask me. Pretty much nothing good about it, don't get me wrong, but I had fun while watching this movie, like unintentionally funny. I would say this movie is about as funny for me as The Happening, personally, because I think I was laughing pretty consistently throughout, that I could rewatch this movie and just laugh at it because of how much of a disaster it is. Nothing makes any sense. The characters are awful and incredibly underdeveloped. You don't know anything about any of these characters for the most part, aside from like a few basic things. And everything it just has no development. Everything is just glossed over. So you watch all these things happen, but you don't experience them happening because of the pacing. It's just so off, and things will just go by. You know that these things happen, but because of everything being so quick, you don't get any time to breathe and really take in what the characters are experiencing. And it really hurts the overall film because of this. All of the acting in this movie is terrible. Some of them aren't even actors, and there are actors in this movie who went on to do other things after this film and are not that much better. And I think Dev Patel, he wasn't the worst part of the movie. He was one of my favorite parts because whenever he was on screen, he was pretty funny. I'm glad that he's had a much better career after this movie. And he has proven that he can be good. Like in The Green Knight, he's pretty good in that. The CG creatures in this movie also looked terrible and terrifying. Not exactly sure what they were going for. Probably just trying to copy off of the original animated show, which, moving over to that for a little bit, I have seen the first season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just book one, or season one, whatever you want to call it. Not because I lost interest in watching the later seasons or The Legend of Korra. Not because of anything like that, but rather I just never got around to it, sadly. And now it's all on Netflix, so I pretty much have no excuse at this point. But while watching the movie, I was reminded of the original show. I was like, oh, I kind of remember this storyline and that storyline that was in the show. That's pretty much the only enjoyment that I got out of the movie, unironically, was just being reminded of the original show. But going back to things that this movie does horribly, the music is pretty bad in this movie. It never once compliments the film. It just feels so out of place whenever it's used. The dialogue is very weak. Luckily, we got lots of memorable lines from this movie, or at least lines that I found to be pretty funny. The action in this movie was poorly shot, and either you couldn't really make out what was going on, or it's just all over the place, and just they weren't showing you things properly, and it just looked goofy. Or at other times, it's just way too close and you can't tell what's going on. And it's just all of the wrong ideas going on in this movie. I really love the iconic shot from this movie that's like a oneer during the prison escape scene. That shot was hilarious. And really that whole scene, I was like laughing uncontrollably. And that's my favorite part of the movie, or at least one of my favorite parts of the movie. And I honestly don't even know what else to say about this movie other than it's just a disaster. Like every choice that they made in this movie was wrong and just nothing good about it. Like the only thing I can really say about this movie positively, unironically, is that I was never bored. Not really saying a whole lot. I was just never bored. It's under 2 hours, I guess. Maybe that's something. I don't know. Sadly, there was like nothing good that came out of this movie, and yeah, I can watch this movie again for laughs, even if I know that a lot of people who love the original show find this movie offensive, but I found it to be funny bad. Like I can come back to this movie for laughs and just laugh at how bad it is. Lots of memorable scenes. Everything just feels all over the place. The pacing just ruins everything with it being so fast. Terrible dialogue, terrible action, terrible effects that don't feel like they're a part of the environment. And all in all, it's just a really bad movie. But if you like funny bad movies, check it out. Otherwise, no. So with all that being said, I'm going to give The Last Airbender a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of The Last Airbender, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Village, another M. Night Shyamalan film. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.